if y'all want to see some stupidity, Senate GOP leader, actually he's a minority leader, Mitch McConnell, he's not happy about 2 federal judges reversing their announced retirements after Trump won. McConnell criticized the pair of, quote, partisan Democrat district judges who plan to unretire after, quote, the American people voted to fire Democrats last month. Listen to this SOB.
Just before Thanksgiving, the Senate reached a deal on judicial nominees. Republicans would forego our available procedural roadblocks on the remaining nominations to district courts, which have the votes to be confirmed. In exchange, the Democratic leader wouldn't bring any of the remaining nominations to circuit courts to the floor because they don't have the votes to be confirmed. As a result, President Biden is getting around a dozen more district judges, and the next president will get 4 more circuits to fill. At least, I expect he will. We've already seen 2 partisan Democrat district judges, quote, unretire, end quote, after the American people voted to fire Democrats last month. This is noteworthy. Looking to our history, only 2 judges have ever unretired after a presidential election. 1 Democrat in 2004 and 1 Republican in 2009. But now, in just a matter of weeks, Democrats have already met that all-time record. It's hard to conclude that this is anything other than open partisanship. They roll the dice that a Democrat could replace them, and now he won't. They're changing their plans to keep a Republican from doing it. It's a brazen admission, and the incoming administration would be wise to explore all available recusal options with these judges, because it's clear now that they have a political finger on the scale. This sort of partisan behavior undermines the integrity of the judiciary. It exposes bold Democrat blue where there should only be black robes.
Of all sons of bitches, to try to lecture about history in the federal bench, this the same asshole who kept a Supreme Court seat open for 10 months when Scalia died to prevent President Obama from appointing a Supreme. He appointed Garland. I despised it. I thought it was stupid. I said he should have appointed a black woman.
No question.
But he chose not to. They said, we ain't even giving you a hearing. We ain't even gonna give you a hearing. Then, when Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies, he rushes through in the middle of a presidential election after lecturing everybody, well, we should let the voters decide in November when it came to Garland, rushed Amy Coney Barrett through because they knew Trump was going to lose to Biden. This is the same man who blocked 100 judges from being appointed by Obama, and that's how Trump was able to appoint 234, 237. 100 of those were supposed to be under Obama. And then now, your old Crypt keeping ass wants to stand here and complain, well, they're not right, they're not fair, this is not right, this judges decided to unretire. They got that right. I've seen athletes announce retirements and say, I'm gonna keep playing. I've seen politicians like Susan Collins announce, I'm only gonna run for 2 terms. Her ass been there damn near 30 years. We see it all the time. Oh, but now the Crypt keeper, Mitch McConnell, is upset because two judges, they broke the all-time record. We've only had this happen twice before in history. Once in 2004 by a Democrat, and once in 2009 by a Republican. So now two judges do it. You know what? I hope every Democratic judge that said they was going to retire don't retire. Mm-hmm. Okay, but shall we remind y'all what happened when Anthony Kennedy? When the deal he cut, he stepped down. Oh, I'll step down if y'all appoint my chosen successor. That was Brett Kavanaugh. This is some bullshit, Rebecca. He the last person I want to hear from talking about judges and deals and stuff like that.
I mean, listening to him, I guess his factory reset that he did on camera last year didn't take. Here's the thing. We really need Dick Durbin to go ahead and remove those blue slips.
He won't.
If Mitch McConnell is going to say what he says, then you know what? Give it to him. If he thinks that Democrats are being partisan around the judiciary, then do it. Remove the blue slips, because we know right now that means that what that means for viewers is that it would just go to regular order, where it is a simple majority vote up and down whether or not this person is going to become a judge. I think the rules of the Senate right now just says it's going to be 2 hours of debate. There can't be any filibuster, so it doesn't require 60 judges. So at that point, go ahead and run the numbers up. We have about 30 days until the next Congress gets sworn in. We have about 6 weeks until the next president gets sworn in. So run up the numbers.
Robert?
Everybody keeps talking about Gucci Mane came back from prison's a clone. That's a clone of Mitch McConnell. The real Mitch McConnell been dead for 10 years. That's a clone. Because there's no way that somebody who held up that many judges, who held up Merrick Garland, who literally said the era of bipartisanship is over. He said that almost 10 years ago. So that Mitch McConnell clearly is dead, and that is either a clone or that's one of those Elon robots. Because there's no way you can be that brazenly hypocritical. There's no way that you can look at the American people in the eye and attempt to have any moral authority. When one day you're saying that you are completely against Trump and you need to impeach him, we need to let the judicial system handle this, and then next thing you know, you're saying, well, the judicial system can't handle this because he's the president. These people are playing by a different set of rules. I think we have to understand the kids. Close your ears. There's no benefit to doing the right thing. Sometimes you just got to play bully ball.
Brother.
Sometimes you just got to get in there like a power forward in the 90s. None of this Steph Curry shooting threes. We're talking about Ewing. We're talking about Larry Johnson. You got to throw.
Putting your butt on that ass and backing them down.
Yeah, we can't be these prissy three-point shooters no more, just trying to draw contact and get fouled. We got to get in the paint, because you got these people who are throwing around alternative facts, and they are making them stick because they own the algorithm. And we're still sitting here like, well, that's just hypocritical. I can't believe the gentleman from Kentucky would say such a thing, and then get your ass kicked.
No question.
Play bully ball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought maybe the video was still running, but I realized you stopped it because, he does tend to freeze, as you say, Rebecca. That's the reason. But, I mean, we saw, in this week, 2 federal judges were approved, one in California and one in Massachusetts. But Schumer, to the point that you make on the blue slips, which he's not going to do, Schumer and them made a deal. So there are 4, and you heard the Crypt keeper talk about it. There are 4 circuit level judges that they agreed not to advance in order to get these 2 district level judges. The Democratic Party is not.
Actually, I think it was 12 district judges.
The districts, right?
I think
and 2 of them got appointed this week, right?
Right.
In exchange for the money ball,
right?
Which is, of course, the circuit courts.
And appeal, right?
Right. I mean, if this project continues, and again, it's not at all clear that it is. Not in the current form, because states' rights works both ways. Mm-hmm. So as they're Trump-proofing in California and Maryland and places like that, as North Carolina can be swept, as you say, and Georgia, this is a cold civil war that's going to heat up over the next 4 years. But when it comes to the federal bench, it's very clear. This is more than just law making and lawfare. This is about the concept of a nation and the idea of fairness. As you say, once it's broken, it's not going to be put back together. This man, who is dissembling toward the same night that awaits us all, is responsible more than anybody else in the Senate for ripping up the floorboards of this funky criminal enterprise. And the only thing that was holding it together was the idea that there is some level of fairness that can be imposed. That's why you see a Kristen Clark, people say, well, like her or not like her, this is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
There's no such thing as this is wrong with these people, and what they're going to find out is none of us ever believed that in the first place, and the only thing keeping us from your ass was the idea that it could be something different. But I think this time when they wreck it, we ain't gonna worry about 100 years from now. Ain't gonna be in the United States in 100 years. It might not be one in 50.
And in January, the Republicans will have a 53-47 majority in the United States Senate. Luckily, we won't have those turncoats, Christian Sinema and Joe Manchin. They'll be gone. But the reality is that, you're right, Dick Durbin has abided by the blue slip. But let me also remind people, Mitch McConnell, there was a Democratic senator and a Republican senator.
That's right.
That did not want a judge picked. That was in Wisconsin.
That's right.
Rob Johnson and Tammy Baldwin.
That's right.
He was like, I don't give a damn. We put them on the bench.
That's right.
He ignored the blue slip.
That's right.
But again, Democrats want to play by the rules because if we don't, they gonna do. This is what Democrats say. If we don't do, if we do this, and when they get power, they gonna do it. They've already shown you they're going to do it.
Right.
They've already shown you they're going to do it.
This is the only way I can describe it. That the Democratic Party seems to be that kid who's in the library, they're reading, they're working hard, they're playing by all the rules. And then you look on Instagram, and your cousin who I thought is over in Dubai on a jet ski.
Yikes.
I'm talking about twerking. I mean, they're having a good time, having a hot girl summer. So what do you want to do? You want to keep working hard and losing? Or do you want to do what the winning team is doing and actually throw some elbows and win?
Well,
This
that's
moral high ground
right.
ain't getting us nowhere.
Well, that's why I could not help but laugh when Charlemagne was on The View today, and they were talking about, and he felt that, well, Democrats, if you're going to be able to have the moral high ground, why did Biden do this? And I was sitting here like, I'm sorry, we literally have somebody right now who will lie to our face.
Right.
Donald Trump, literally. Donald Trump, exactly. Right.
Exactly.
Donald Trump
lies too.
Donald Trump literally sat there. I don't know nothing about Project 2025. I ain't the point. I don't want to know about it. And all these media people like, well, see, he said he didn't know anything about it. And what did he do? He appointed everybody in Project 2025 to his administration. And it's like, y'all fell for it? So all these folks are mad. Well, they mad at Biden, talking about, well, he shouldn't have said it. He shouldn't have said it. If Biden did not say, I'm not going to pardon Hunter, you know what would have happened? Every day, they would have asked him, you gonna pardon Hunter? Pardon every single day? So everybody, I knew the moment his ass said, ain't pardoned, Hunter's kind of like, Hunter gonna get pardoned. I don't know why we ain't. I don't even know why we even.
It's his kid. Why wouldn't he pardon his son?
Right, but it goes to show you. So all these people. Then I think one of Charlemagne's points was like, well, Democrats want to have the moral high ground. Actually, if you look at on most things, they do operate from a higher moral high ground
no question.
than Republicans do.
Well, think about it this way.
Right.
What's that higher ground?
Also,
Think about it this way.
So that's what I say. Damn, when Michelle Obama said they go low, we go high. No.
Look,
bust their ass lower.
Perfect example. Justin Fairfax, career ruined by fake allegations. Al Franken,
And now
career
that person's
ruined.
running.
Yeah, career ruined by a photo that was taken.
When that allegation dropped against Justin Fairfax, literally 15 seconds after the story, Democrats are posting, he got to step down. People like Terry McAuliffe and others, I think Tim Kaine and others, he got to resign. You're thinking about Al Franken. Al Franken took a photo. He took a photo. What'd you say? Say it again?
And the black person
Yeah.
that Terry McAuliffe used to throw that stone
Aaron
at
boy.
Justin is now running next year in Virginia. And his campaign manager is McAuliffe's daughter.
There it is.
What got me was Al Franken.
LeVar Stoney.
Al Franken is forced to resign for taking a picture of a joke. Right now, you got Peter Hegseth.
Come on.
Okay.
Who's Matt Gaetz?
Whose mama. Then his mama go on Fox News today, blasting New York Times for printing my letter.
What?
Your ass wrote it.
You wrote that.
How you mad? Because you wrote your son a letter calling him out for being abusive towards women,
My God.
and then you want to gaslight
No, your
us.
son ain't ish.
Just think about this for a second, though. As a Democrat, your career is over if you take a picture that's wrong. RFK admitted to raping a nanny. Donald Trump was found liable.
No, you can't move on. Okay, the nanny. His wife killed herself after reading his diaries of his numerous affairs, 30, 40, whatever. The man cut the damn head off of a whale.
He tried to eat a bear.
He got a worm in his head.
This ain't funny.
Donald Trump over here, I cracked up with that Indian dumbass Scott Jennings. Matter of fact, I just saw the video. Scott Jennings on CNN. Well, it was just, it wasn't called for them for the New York Times to report a private letter. And then the Smart responded, but y'all had Hunter Biden's junk on billboards. So it's like they sitting here like, this isn't right. This is
Peter Navarro.
Come on, man.
Peter Navarro left prison, went to the RNC the next day after he left prison, and is now in the cabinet. And we are ending people's careers over pictures from 10 years ago.
Right. So the reality is, Democrats, this is the whole deal. Democrats have been playing by the rules.
Yes.
Here's the deal.
First rule, Fight Club.
Let me just be real clear. I don't want to hear no more of this bullshit. If America decided to vote for a man who is a massive liar, who cheated on his taxes, who had his foundation shut down, who overvalued his businesses, who got convicted on 34 felonies, who was found guilty of sexual assault in a civil trial, and then kept defaming the woman. The man slept with a porn star, cheated on both wives, lied, got 4-5 baby mamas, all this sort of stuff. We can go down the line. Led an insurrection, and America said, oh, no, we good. You can still be president. Damn your rules.
Right.
This is where all bets are off. Don't come at me with no bullshit. So I don't want to hear nothing about Peter Hegseth. Where all y'all conservative evangelicals? Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
The Lord is
and then,
Mm.
Eric Erickson, a conservative Republican from Georgia, he goes, everyone's a sinner. And that was 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago. He gave his life to God. Things have turned around, or whatever the hell. But now Peg said, promising senators, if I'm confirmed, I'm not gonna have a drink. Say no.
That's not how being a drunk works, though. I'm just like
say, Robert.
I have done a lot.
Not a drunk. Why are you promising not to drink?
I've done a lot of DUI cases in my legal career. Over 16 years, I've done DUI trials. Nobody just says, "Hey, I promise I'm not drinking no more," and then the judge just lets you leave. Like, no, that's not. It is a disease. You need medical treatment. So if he's going to come forward and say, "Look, I have a very severe drinking problem that I'm seeking treatment for, and I will do it while being a defense secretary," that's one thing. But it's like, "Hey, look, man, I promise I won't get drunk in front of y'all anymore." It's a level of ridiculousness that can't be quantified.
And you also, we're not going to put you in charge of the world's
nuclear weapons.
most lethal military.
But we know what's going to happen. He's not going to get confirmed. Instead, Trump is going to go state by state. He's going to take all these Republican governors. And now the Democratic Party is going to have to figure out, okay, what do we do when we have all these vacancies of all these Republican governors? What's going to happen? Is the DGA prepared to now fight state by state?
Yep.
Because different states have different rules on temporary appointees, who gets to ascend into that gubernatorial seat, or whether or not there's a special election. So there is a real opportunity here if you have actual strategy at the DNC and at the DGA. And so far, I'm not seeing any indication that there's going to be strategy, because Trump is going to have to go get governors.
Well, I don't want to hear none of these more high ground people run their damn miles because it ain't going to fly.
Jeffrey Toobin is on.
Oh yeah, he needs to sit his ass
op-ed
down.
page of the New York Times saying that Biden just disgraced the office by pardoning his son. This is the same Jeffrey Toobin. Y'all lost y'all damn.
Really, Jeffrey Toobin?
Brother, can you look?
Really, Jeffrey Toobin?
This is why you have to have
Jeffrey Toobin, who was masturbating on a Zoom.
Disgracing. Are you serious? Look, that's why, and God knows I still
like the boy wasn't even smart enough to click stop camera.
I mean, come on.
But I mean, he was waiting the whole time they were talking. Man, I can't wait for this thing to be over.
And then what these scrubs do this here?
Whoa! Boy.
There it is.
Let me show y'all. There's a camera on the iPad. This dog, if you do this, they can't see.
They can't see.
No, but right, so we ain't listen to your ass.
Nobody. But this we got had this platform, man. I mean, you can't listen to none of these people.
But here's the problem with the whole moral high ground argument. For those who understand tactical war, the high ground is supposed to be the strategic place that you go, and no one's supposed to lose when you're up on the high ground. So all this moral high ground, it's a fake high ground. It's not really a high ground. It is what white supremacy tells us in this country what polite society should do. And so you should toe the line. You should not ruffle feathers. It's not an actual morality in the moral high ground that we're here.
Well, and it's also driven by media. And just like the media will sit here and badger Vice President Kamala Harris about why she appoint a Republican to her cabinet. But you don't hear, I'm sorry, have you heard any of them badger Trump?
Hi, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Fanbase is a free to download, free to use, next generation social media platform that allows anyone to have followers and subscribers on the same page. Fanbase was built through investment dollars from equity crowdfunding from the Jobs Act. People just like you help build Fanbase. And we're looking for more people to help build Fanbase. We are currently raising $17 million in a Regulation A crowdfund on Start Engine. We've already crossed $2.1 million, but we're looking to raise more capital from people just like you that deserve the opportunity to invest in early stage startups without having to be accredited investors. So right now, I'd like you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase right now, today. And then use Fanbase to connect with friends, grow your audience, and be you without limits.